Hello. Today I'm going to be doing a book review over the book Every Young Man's Battle. And just to give a little summary of the book, basically the book is all about every man's struggle, everything we go through. This could be lustful thoughts, what you do whenever nobody's around, what you look at, even what you listen to. This book is all about that kind of stuff. And so a few of the things that the book really hits hard is what you look at. And so basically it talks about what you look at translate into later on in life, what you think about, and even how you think about people. So this can affect normally before you were watching bad stuff, you would just be like, oh hey, oh hey, and then now you're like, oh, I want to take that girl to bed. That's the translation that it talks about. And so this book really talks about and tells people's story. And that's one of the things I love about this book, is that it really just summarizes people's story and tells stories that are relevant to today just as much as they were relevant back then. And so one of the biggest stories is Fred's story, which is one of the authors. And basically one of the things that happened to him was throughout high school he wasn't that bad, but in college it really hit him so hard, and he was so lustful and thinking about sex all the time and wanted to have sex all the time, and so he never stopped it. So then that carried into his adult life. And so basically throughout all these years, Fred was so addicted to sex and he wanted all these girls. Well, one night he was just sitting in his office and it was late or whatever, and basically what happened was he made this covenant with God. He's like, God, I'm not gonna do it anymore, I'm not. And then he went home and basically he saw a girl that he liked from high school, and he was like, they went out to dinner on a date, and then eventually things led to the bedroom and clothes came off. And then he couldn't, I'll say it like this, he couldn't produce. And so basically what happened was the girl left him, of course, but the best part about that is that God kept his promise to him. God helped him even whenever he didn't keep his promise to God. And that's one of the things I love about God too, is he keeps his promises even when we don't to him. And so basically it's a series of all those kind of stories where people are just so induced in this sex-loving world that they don't know what to do, and they are affected by their friends and by everything that's around them, and they don't know what to take their emotions, so they just take it to where God is, and they just take it to God. And so that's one of the things that I love about this book. And two insights that I can take from onto my future is that one is that I need to watch what I listen to, because that affects that'll affect me later in life. And so I need to be careful what I put into my mind, because then I'll think about that instead of our loving God. And another thing that another insight gained was I need to watch what I think about. And a lot of us in life are like, oh, what you think about isn't that big of a deal, whatever. But it really is. And so God takes us very seriously. And so that would just be another insight that I gained from this book, is I really just need to watch what I listen to and then watch what I put in my mind, because those two things will affect how I view people later on. Overall, this book is a great book, and it'd be great for anybody going through this kind of stuff. One of the biggest critiques that I have is that it does go a little in detail, so I would not recommend this for young kids. But other than that, this is a great book, and I hope you love my book review.